So I figured I'd keep making these video log videos as much as I can. Not every day, not a few times a day, maybe a few times a week. Just to sort of keep track of everything. I'm very lonely. I do have some blessings in my life. I do have some loved ones still alive that keep me company. And today I woke up feeling extremely heartbroken, but I woke up not alone for once, and I count my lucky stars for that. And it's been an extremely difficult thing for me to cope with psychologically, that my parents worked so hard for our house, and I put so much of my blood, sweat, and tears into that house, and that they wanted nothing more than to leave that for my brother and I. And my father kept saying, look, if you play your cards right, you'll have a good art business here. And we made those things together, and that's all my parents could leave us. And we had a tumultuous thing happen in our family for over 25 years that just consumed all the joy, and cancer being one of them, and this justice legal system bullshit with and I'm so frustrated and tired of dealing with it. I just want to resolve this. I would like everyone to have their own home, or to have us with our own lock and key on the door, no privacy, and right to rent this place out. It's not to just sit here and watch my entire family legacy go up in smoke because of my brother's mental illness and him not understanding that there's no equity in a forced sale, and enacting some kind of vengeance upon me and my dead father. It's just sick. And dear God, I pray that karma does not come back to him with a vengeance. If this house is forcibly sold now, I hope to God that karma doesn't come back in the worst possible way to him, because I know it will. And he doesn't see it right now, but his mom and dad worked so hard for this home, and it wasn't for him to fuck it up like this. It wasn't for him to fuck it up like this. And that was my dad's last wishes. That was a valid will as far as I'm concerned. And so was the video will. And, fuck the court for not recognizing that. Really, fuck y'all. That's wrong. And just because it says it in the book, no disrespect, but, yeah, fuck you. And I'm making this video because I'm living and dealing with the anxiety and uncertainty of someone taking my house away against my will, against the last wishes of my own father. How do you deal with that? Especially someone who's an artist, and it's more than just a fucking house. It's filled with art. The art needs to be displayed. I can't afford to just pay to put that in storage and another mortgage on the house and take out another loan. I'm struggling as it is, and sacrificed so many years of my life to care for my parents who had cancer, and constant interruptions that caused, and the constant tumultuous relationship my brother managed to manifest within that house, within those walls, of having cops there constantly, being on probation, and now sort of turning it around and making it seem as if I'm the bad guy and dragging me down with his bullshit. I'm going to go to court tomorrow, and I'm going to address these bullshit harassment charges he's filing against me, and possibly file some charges against him, and see to it that he's committed, because he's destroying something that doesn't really belong to him, and it's not in his place to destroy it. And instead of honoring what my mom and dad worked their whole life for, that's what they wanted to leave us, this beautiful state, this beautiful house filled with the art and the inspiration it gives us to make new art. That's what they wanted for us. And I'll be damned, Andreas, if you somehow, many years from now, realize how badly you fucked up, and it comes back to you in the worst possible way. because that's what Dad was afraid of. My dad was afraid that my brother's going to end up in prison or jail, or somebody's going to literally beat the shit out of him because he just doesn't know right from wrong or which end is up. And the judge threw him out of the court, and the judge threatened me, and then the judge sort of tried to change a heart, and it was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's an unfortunate situation, because they realized that the shit that Andreas was bullshitting them for the past year and a half was lies. So it's like suddenly, oh, it's like after the fact, So, no disrespect to the Putnam County court or the Kent police, but y'all let me down. You let me down, and now because of this little technicality, my brother's going to squander away his whole inheritance, and street justice is what's going to follow. My dad had a lot of friends and family and admirers of his art, and essentially what my brother now has done is dismantled all that and destroyed it, and it's not being sold, it's not being seen. I'm not meeting with gallery collectors and curators to discuss an estate sale, to discuss gallery representation. I'm going to the Podunk Hillbilly Court where I grew up in, right across the street from went to the 4th grade, where my brother, in the same town that my brother has never left, never went to college, never bothered to say goodbye to his dad. And when I told him his mom was dying, he said, fuck you, get away from me. And she cried the night before, saying, Andreas doesn't even understand how sick I am. And now I'm dealing with, losing everything they worked hard for their whole lives. I promised my father, I'd said, I give Andreas a fair percentage of any sales of the artwork, put the house in my name so I could fix it up, rent it out, and we can both have it. Or if he wants to live there by himself, fine. But then we can both profit from that. We can both lease it out and he can find a tenant. But to now let the county sell it, I'm making this final video as my final prayer to God, and that someone, somewhere, somehow, or something comes inside his heart and fills it with love and light. Namaste. Amen.